So as well as it being FA Cup final day, we are going to round out the season here and see exactly how we end up doing. Hopefully it's with a league title, but in recent results we have let things slip just a little bit. However, there has been a development, and I want to take you to the Manchester City game. We've done it without even having to play another game. Yeah, that was dramatic. I just hit the record button. There was just something about that game. I was just like, this feels like a moment to record. But then it just felt like it was going wrong, but I just didn't quite clock that Arsenal had completely and utterly bottled it. And if you look at the table now, they really have. They are now third. Manchester City are in the driving seat for finishing second, even though Arsenal played a game in hand. So they've really ballsed it up in the nicest possible way. They've really ballsed it up. But there we go. Welcome to episode 25 of Club 3 of the MyCareer save here on Football Manager. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video. We are, of course, with Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we have won the Premier League title. Excellent. So today's video, it is going to be very much about the FA Cup. We are going to be playing the FA Cup final, which is against Manchester United. Let's move over there. We're going to be playing that one, and then I don't really know. We've already won the title. I might just come back for the Brighton game, and we'll see what happens with that one. Because again, it doesn't really matter. We'll do something along those lines. But the first thing is we're going to see if we can win ourselves another trophy. By the way, we've technically won a treble, which is utterly ridiculous, I know. But if you bear with me for a second, we won this competition right at the beginning of the season. Where is it? That one. I think it's the equivalent of Champions League winners from around the world facing each other. It's just the UEFA Cup version, or the Europa League version. UEFA Cup, how old is that? It's the Europa League version versus the South American equivalents. So we won that, and we won the Carabao Cup, and now we've won the Premier League, and now we've got an FA Cup final as well. We've had a very successful season. Yes, the end of it has kind of trailed off just a little bit. We've won 1 in 5. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. So we're going to go into the game against Manchester United, and we're going to see what happens now. I forgot to rest players. I'm a numpty. We've got some tired boys out there, but we're going to have to make the best of it. Atuesta scored, obviously, as you saw in the last game. He is nowhere near fit enough. Sharkwist isn't really fit enough. He's also nowhere near playing well enough. And Fernandez is starting just because of fitness. Same with McKernan, and he doesn't like big games. Owino starting because he's our best centre-back. Andre starting because D'Ambrosio is good, but I feel bad just chucking him in. Also, I've made Andre defensive because I feel like most of the attacks we've been having go against us have been going down this channel. Going defensive with Andre like we used to, I feel like might just help plug that gap a little bit. I've also changed Bayer back to just wing back on support because I don't know whether he quite works as a full flying attacking wing back, so we're going to go with that. But this is the 11 for the FA Cup final. Wish me luck. It is Van der Voort in goal, Leifson, Marine, Owino and Bayer in defence. We've got Andre and Dos Santos as the midfield holding pair, and then we've got McKernan, Caceres and Fernandez supporting Aka up front. It is very much, in the nicest way, a B-list attack, but we're going to make do with it as best as we can. I have not done any player instructions. I've just realised we'll do those when we get to the pre-match talk. By the way, if I sound a little bit weird, if you saw the last video, you'll know I've bit my tongue, which sounds pathetic when you say it like that. And it really hurts, so I'm talking in a bit of a weird way just to avoid it actually hurting quite as much. So do forgive me if I sound a little bit odd as a result of that. Right. Player instructions, let's get these on. I don't really ever do the tight marking, to be honest. I probably should. I just can never really make it as effective as I'd like to. So let's get rid of that. We are going to press the centre-backs, going to press the goalkeeper. Manchester United, of course, last time we played them did beat us quite soundly. It was quite depressing, quite distressing as well. So we will see if we can get a little bit of revenge on them. They're also tired as well, which is good to see. Right. Nothing to it. Let's see whether we can win ourselves another final. We did, of course, in our first season at the club or the second season, we did win the FA Cup. I think it was not last season, it was the season before. We won the FA Cup then, we won the Europa League last season, and we won the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the weird European trophy that's not the Super Cup. We've won all those this season. We didn't win the Champions League. We got to the semi-final, which is a win in and of itself. And now we've got the opportunity to win the FA Cup. Catch all that? Good. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can do it. If we can't, again, it's one of those. We've got to another FA Cup final. We've got an incredible record of getting to finals, so I've got no issue with us losing another one here, especially against a team like Man United, who did get the better of us earlier in the season, and there is an early goal. We, towards the end of the season, have gone really sloppy on these early goals, especially against big teams, which is very disappointing. I like the fact that at points we've just been a club that likes to outscore the other team, but this is a bit of a sloppy goal, I think. Elise gets it in. We defend it, but Mainu's just there to pick up the... He just gets it through a crowd of people. It does come off of Utah... Not Utah, sorry, Awino. Utah's not on the pitch. It does go off Awino in the end, but it will still be a Mainu goal. But match momentum-wise, we're looking okay. Fernandez now with a corner, looking for someone. It is a very good save from Andrew. I'm assuming Andrew's Brazilian because it just feels like that kind of name. But it is another corner. Fernandez going to go short here to Caceres. Caceres back to Fernandez, chips it in, looking for Leafson at the far post. Can't quite get past Andrew. Again, the Brazilian Andrew, I suspect. Bayer now with a throw. We get the next highlight, which is always a good sign. Fernandez back to Bayer. Bayer looking for space to cross it in, goes back to Fernandez actually, back to Dos Santos into Andre, an Andre special. It's an Andre special. I tell you what, he's really stepping up, isn't he? Captain Fantastic himself goes and makes it 1-1 in the 15th minute, and we're all square at Wembley. He went off the boil at one point and I was getting a bit fed up of him, but I'm in love with this man again. I really am. Oh, captain, my captain, never leave me. Never leave me. I'm so glad that we didn't lose him when it looked like we were potentially going to. So glad, because just moments like that, it just makes me smile. Right, well, it is all square. We are having a bit more possession now, having a bit more momentum. They have got higher XG. We do need to be careful. Right, Awino into Dos Santos. He's got a mistake in him, Dos Santos. We know that, so we need to be careful. Big ball to McKernan. No, not quite, but Leafson will get the rebound. Leafson now. All sorts of chaos there from United. We do end up somehow with the ball, but Caceres had a golden opportunity. He just wasn't expecting it. Right, it is throwing the clock. McKernan now. Doesn't like big games, remember. Should be really poor in this one. He's not having the worst game so far, but he's hit the post. Oh my word, Caceres has gone to a 6.3. I think because he had such a good opportunity. I am going to just encourage him just to try and maybe help him out a little bit. Whether it will work or not, I don't know. But let's just try and G him up a little bit. I think at half-time it is probably going to be 1-1. And I'm absolutely fine with that. Feels like we have turned the game around a bit, though, which is good. We just need to try and keep that momentum going into the second half. Right, half-time at Wembley. It's 1 apiece. I'm going to say it's a good performance and just have a word with the troops. Right. You three. Not happy with you. You have no right to be on a 6.7. You should be like him. So you two need to swap around, quite frankly. The defence is fine. Awino will tell to calm down. We'll tell Bayer and Marine to step it up a little bit. And we'll tell everyone else to keep holding it down because they are holding it down at the moment. Right, no changes. We're going to go into the second half and give it a go. Caceres, I'm going to give him a chance in the second half before we take him off. We'll see whether we can do something for us. Right, Caceres on the ball now. Goes back to Awino. Awino. Can he find somewhere creative to get to? Gets to Bayer. Back to Awino, though. Nothing really happening there. Fernandez now. Nearly gives the ball away. Dos Santos, don't do something stupid. He didn't, but we give the ball away. It's Caceres, but they give the ball away as well, and we have possession again. Right, Marine. Leafson, if you can make a run, it'd be great, mate. Okay, never mind. McKernan, make a run. He's made a run. Right, here we go. McKernan, looking for space, chips it, looking for the header. Fernandez, can't find him. Not that good in the air with the players we've got on the pitch, so we have to be aware of that. A poor pass from United. Leafson, looking for McKernan. It's offside. It's offside. Oh, it's offside. We don't even need the replay for that. It's so offside. But Aka has a golden opportunity and just cannot stay on side for it, and there it is. There it is. Right. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then we're changing this attack up a little bit. McKernan staying on. Doesn't like big games. My eye, he doesn't. Goodness me. How is he having such a good game when he's got that trait? I do not know. Right, here's what's happening here. First one, Shockwist on. In the middle. Second one, Caceres off for Jara. Jara goes out wide. Can't really play out there. That's a fair point. I forgot about that. Jack Grealish is going to have to go there instead. I don't really want to put Jack Grealish there, but I'm going to have to because I don't really want to... No, do you know what? I'm going to give Aka a chance in the position that he played well in against Man City. Let's just give him the opportunity. Right, do that one. Change Grealish for a Atuesta. Atuesta's tired, I know, but he's no tired than the rest of the team, so let's give him the opportunity. And then McKernan is out wide. He's going to be a winger again, because again, he did relatively well last time. Well, at least he looked okay out there, so we'll do that. And I'm going to keep Shawquist as a playmaker on support. Let's just give him the opportunity to get into the game a little bit more. Aka will give a chance for a bit. If it doesn't work, Grealish or Java will come on, and if we have to force Java to play there, we have to force Java to play there. That's fine. Let's just go for it, because he did kind of change the game last time, and it's making me think next season. It's making me think, how do we play tactically next season? And I'm thinking wingers might be the option, but let's just do that to confuse them a little bit, and hopefully just get a few more opportunities into the box. That's the plan anyway. Right. Going to fire the boys up. Aka's gotten worse. We have a highlight and it starts with Andrew. Right. Let's try and press them into a mistake like we did Man City here. McKernan nearly did that and he just ran away from the ball, which is disappointing. They're passing the ball around quite nicely here, but they're open for a mistake and Bayer has the ball but he gives it away. Still got possession though. Good work there from Bayer. Bayer now. He has got Aka with him. Can Aka redeem himself? Aka, he goes to Shawquist and Shawquist puts us in the lead. He's got another injury, but Michael Shawquist might have just won us the FA Cup and we might be on for a 4-trophy season. I can't say that with a straight face. One of them barely counts. We might be on for a domestic treble though, which is nuts. If you'd have said that at the start of the season, I just realised my camera's on the wrong side, by the way. I don't even care at this point. If you'd have said that at the start of the season, I don't know what I would have done. Shawquist, though, with the injury, is a massive disappointment. I don't really want to have to take him off. I'm going to risk it. Right, Leifson to Shawquist. Guy gives the ball away. No, I should have probably taken him off, really, shouldn't I? Right, Man United now on the attack here. They're going to look to try and ruin everything by scoring another goal and equalising. I don't want that. Ball in. Ugarte. He's gone and done it, you know. Ugarte. What a shot that is. Right. Before I do anything else, I'm going to have to take him off, and Jack Grealish is coming on. Can Super Jack Grealish produce something to get us to another trophy, or are we about to suffer absolute heartbreak? I'm gonna bring on Ute, and then I need to take Andre off. I don't want to, but he's shattered. D'Ambrosio will come on. He's not really good at the defensive side of things, but gonna have to learn how to get good, any. Right, Aka, by the way, has gotten so much better as the game has gone on. I'm really glad we gave him the opportunity to stay on the pitch. That is our final changes unless we go to extra time. I don't want to. It's a corner. Aka to take. Ute's there, and Ute has gone and made it 3-2, and we might be on for an FA Cup win after all. And it's Aka with the corner. 0 to hero mission complete. He was down to a 6.1 at some point. And now he's on a 7.5. What a turnaround. That's why you don't always take players off if they're on a bad rating. They can sometimes play themselves back into the game. It's up to you as the manager to try and find a way to do it. And we might be on for an FA Cup here. Another FA Cup. Right, Van der Voort with the goal kick. Surrounded by United players, but we've got our boys around as well. We're launching it, I think. No, we're not. Oh, it's a huge mistake from Van der Voort. It's a huge mistake from Van der Voort. What have I just seen? He signalled the players as if he was going to hoof it. Well, he didn't signal them, but they moved. And Rafa Marine, I don't know who's to fault there. Is it Van der Voort or is it Rafa Marine? I think it's both of them. More Van der Voort. We were winning the FA Cup there. And they've combined and ruined it. Right. I am being ruthless. Van der Voort off. Trafford on. We've sacrificed the ability to bring someone fresh on. Don't really care. Because that mistake in that moment is the worst possible one. Right, Grealish to McKernan. Don't tell me. He doesn't like big games, don't you know? He doesn't like big games, don't you know? If he'd have just done that, I think I'd have lost it. Oh my God. Come on, boys. What a cup final, by the way. What a cup final. We've turned up finally. It's only taken us like 6 games to turn up at the end of the season after playing so well for most of it and nearly bottling it. I thought Trafford had let it slip through then. I thought he'd let it slip through. Oh my word. No, come on. Keep it out. Elise's corner, keep it out. Keep it out. Trafford doesn't hold on to it, but he gets it clear, and that is extra time, half time. We are shattered. They are shattered. Everyone's shattered. Atuesta's not really done anything since coming on. Right. I think we just go again and hope for the best. I'm going to go attacking. I've just said that and I've immediately changed my mind. Fire the boys up. Let's go for it. Let's try and just force another goal. Come on, boys. We've got the players on the pitch to do it. I know you're tired, but come on. They're all over us momentum-wise. Right. It's maybe the final highlight. United on the attack here. We're letting them just run through the middle. We're just letting them run through. Come on, boys. Get the ball off of them. Get the ball off of them. Run up the other end. Come on. Get it off of them. Ball over the top. Fives. Oh, my word. I think that's the final one. And I think we're going to end the FA Cup final with penalties. Oh, my word. We don't have any of our good penalty takers on. We don't have many anyway. Our second best penalty taker apparently is Rafa Marine. He's not. I refuse to acknowledge that as a thing. Oh my word. Right. Aka next. I'm going to do this quickly. Bear with me. Alright. That's the list. Not much we can do about it now. What has been this season? It's been great, but the end of it's nearly done me in. Right. Team talk. Look. Just, yeah, no pressure. There's no pressure on you at all, boys. Right. It's with the football manager gods now. Elise versus Trafford. Of course, we brought Trafford on as a sub for Van der Voort after his clanger. 1-0 to Man United in the shootout. Okay, fine. Sure. Been here before. We've been here before. Been on both sides of it, but we've been on the negative side more often than not. Jack Grealish steps up. Best punch taker in the side. Scores in the FA Cup final in his final FA Cup final in his final season. Obi Martin, who scored that last goal, I think it was him anyway who scored it, versus James Trafford. Buries it. Buries it. It is 2-1 to Manchester United with a penalty in hand to us. Atuesta came on as a sub, was not really fit, but has come on to try and help us out, and he buries it as well. Lovely stuff. 2-2 after 2 penalties apiece. Lapani steps up. Lapani versus Trafford. And it is Lapani who gets the better. It's 3-2 with a penalty in hand for us. Aka, remarkable turnaround in that game. At one point was on a 6.1, then ended up in the 7s, did really well. Blasted in 3-3, all penalties square. And Borza, who I'm not familiar with, steps up now. Borza versus James Trafford, and James Trafford is not able to save it. 4-3 with a penalty in hand to us. And now it's D'Ambrosio. Came on for Andre as Andre was running on absolute fumes, and D'Ambrosio scores. I was a bit worried about that one, I'm not going to lie. But he scores, and it is all square. Final of the scheduled 5 penalties. Tierney steps up to take it, and he scores, and the pressure is now on us. And I cannot remember who our 5th penalty taker is. I cannot remember at all. Andrew steps up. It's Ute. Because of his mood. That was the only reason why. We didn't have anyone else who looked better than him, other than McKernan, but I didn't want to risk it with McKernan. Ute steps up. Oh, he's hit the woodwork. That's heartbreaking. Oh, that is heartbreaking for Ute. And Manchester United, fair play. I honestly thought going in we're probably not going to win this. I was hopeful, but I didn't think we would just because of how we played at the end of the season. But that's heartbreaking for you, say. Do you know what? It is what it is. We gave a good account of ourselves in that match, actually. And I don't want to say either way whether we deserve to win or not, or whether they deserve to win or not. I think either of us could have won and it would have been fair. But Manchester United are the FA Cup winners of the Year of Our Lord 2030. And yeah, back to the drawing board. We've won 3 trophies other than that, so it's not like it's the end of the world. Go away. I don't want to see your stinking celebrations. I'm going to say that one. Sympathise with them. And yeah, that's kind of it, really, if I'm honest. Kind of it. Do we bother with the final 2 games of the season? Because we've already won the league. Is there a benefit to us actually doing it? I don't know whether there is. Yeah, I'm not sure there is. I'm not doing the press conference. My assistant manager can do that. Now, there's a news item I'm waiting to come up. I don't know how it's going to go, but there's a news item I'm waiting to come up. I'm hoping it does it while we're on camera, so we can explore it together. I should really be resting my players, by the way, which I've just realised I've not been doing. I have been waiting to tell you this, but I was hoping it would come up naturally. I don't think it's going to. Let me just rest the boys as best as we can. I don't think Shockwist is out long term, so it's not going to be a debilitating injury for him. It's going to be an injury that keeps him out until the game against Brighton. We might do the game against Brighton still. I haven't fully decided yet. I just want to keep going a little bit by little bit. I just want to see whether this news item comes up. You probably already guessed the kind of thing that it is because, you know, what would come up at this point that I'd be expecting either way. I don't think it's going to come up. I'm just going to tell you what it is. Zinedine Zidane got sacked. I applied for the job and I've had the interview. I'm not necessarily unhappy. I'm not unhappy at Wolves at all. I've had a lot of fun, but I do think the way the club is set up means we're only going to be able to get so far. Our transfer budget was 50 million this year. It's never really going to go above 70, I don't think. And I feel like that's a lot of money, but we're not a club that makes a lot of money. Like, we've been in the hole for that much. We have been in the hole for that much for quite a while. Champions League has balanced it out. It hasn't really helped that much. So I'm kind of looking at it and thinking we need to go to a club that's got more money in it. And Chelsea, I'm hopeful, is that club if they're still financially stable. I don't know in the Year of Our Lord 2030 whether that is the case. Now, I've applied. I was not the favourite at the time, but I am now considered the favourite. So, yeah. The problem is with the interview, I said I wanted to take over at the end of the season. And I am a man of my word, and I am wanting to do that. But I'm just wondering if they're waiting until the end of the season to announce it. I've not been asked for any of my backroom changes just at the moment. So it might very well be that we don't get the job even though we're now the favourites. And it's because we said we want to take over at the end of the season. But yeah, the fact that we've not had anything come through yet is a little bit concerning. Now, I'm going to go and play the Liverpool game. We're not going to do that on camera. I think what we're going to do is we're going to hold out until we get some confirmation about the Chelsea job, and we know either way. If we don't get the Chelsea job, what we'll do is we'll come back for the final game against Brighton if we found out by then. I don't know what the solution is if we don't find out. We might just come back for it anyway, to be honest with you. If we don't find out at all, then we'll just come back for it. But yeah, let me play Liverpool, then we'll see what happens. So apparently we just wait until we've got no stakes left to be good. We battered Liverpool 3-0. Quite insane to watch, actually. I had a really lot of fun with this one. Aït-Nouri, Awino, Fernandes all scoring. Good to see Fernandes have a good game. Aka doing well as well, and Grealish got an assist as well when he came on too. We did actually go to the wide formation again at one point during that one, and again it looked good. So I think if Chelsea doesn't happen, we might be going with that, because you know what I'm like with tactical fiddling, and I feel like we've gone long enough without having wingers at this point. I think it's about time we gave wingers a go on a more consistent basis, and then we've still got tactics we can use with wingers as well. We need probably to add 1 or 2 more players, but I think we've got a good basis. McKernan will have that right side down on lock. Aka, so far, as an inside forward on the other side, might also have that position on lock, so we probably just need 1 more on each side, and then I'll be happy. I'm just going forward again just to see whether we're going to get lucky and whether we get anything about Chelsea before the final game of the season against Brighton. It doesn't look like we're going to. Looking at the length of the episode, I don't think we're going to play the Brighton game. I think we'll just come to it and we'll see what the result is. We'll come back for the final few minutes and see us out. But I'm just hoping that we maybe get something about the Chelsea job coming up. Again, we're still not having anything, not even a hint of potential changes for the backroom team, which you know, it is what it is. If we don't get the job, we don't get the job. We stay at Wolves, we build again for next season and see if we can repeat as much as we can again. I think it'll be a bit tougher next season though, so we'll have to we'll just have to deal with expectations a little bit and try and rebuild. I think this season will be a season of rebuilding. Right, it's going through, nothing as far as I can see. Fitness test, balls. Okay, I'll come back after the game against Brighton and we'll see whether we can get something from it from there, and if not, we'll go into the season review and see what happens. Bear with me a moment. Playing out the final few minutes of the game against Brighton here. Thought to bring you back for the final kind of little section. And actually, we've just come back and we've just won a penalty. Fabulous. Jack Grealish goes down. Do you know what? Let me do one thing. He's already number 1. Yeah. Let's get Jack Grealish 1 more goal before he retires in his final game at the club. Jack Grealish steps up. Penalty before retirement. Let's do it. Come on, lad. Gets it. Yes. Jack Grealish. Shockwiz probably should have took it. He is the penalty taker more often than not. But Jack Grealish, I'm really happy with that. Do you know what? For a 1 season, come in and do a job. He's done a job. The injury really did a lot to kind of derail that. But even at the end of the season, he's chipped in with an assistant goal here or there. And I'm delighted with the contribution he's made when he was able to take an injury out of the equation. Very, very delighted indeed. By the way, in this game, I've used the wide formation. I've gone with the wingers. And it's been fairly effective. It's not been perfect, but, you know, we didn't train it. Jack Grealish, I tell you what, he is not ready to let go yet. Goes and scores a screamer that might get disallowed. I mean, I'm glad he's got the penalty, if nothing else, but we'll see whether this gets disallowed here. No, it's been allowed. Jack Grealish goes and scores a screamer in what might be his final acts as a professional footballer. No interest in coaching. I would love to keep him on as a coach. I'd love to make him my assistant manager, but that's not going to happen because he's got no interest in coaching. What a strike that is, and that is going to be the end of the game. I think we'll just see it out. Brighton are going to miss out on a guaranteed European space as a result of this, but we will extend our lead to make it a 9-point gap. Arsenal have overtaken Man City again though, and they will finish second, but that is the end of the game and the end of the season, and we end it on a high. 2 wins from 2 in the final 2 games, which is good that we managed to turn things around form-wise, but kind of too little too late in many respects. But there we go. That is the Premier League done. Injury to McKernan, not really bothers. 3 goal contributions in Jack Grealish's final game. I'm not going to try and convince him to stay because in the nicest possible way, he wouldn't benefit from it. We wouldn't benefit from it. It would be a wasted thing to do. So it is what it is. Now we just wait again to see whether Chelsea are actually interested in having us as manager or not. And if they aren't, the question then becomes, what do we do? Do we... Now, this is a player I'm looking at. I am looking at this. We're getting some kind of insight behind the scenes of the season review here. Grid I've looked at. He feels like he could be Darvic part 2. Like he's older, but he's certainly just as good. I'm debating if we can get enough money making a move for him, regardless of where we are. He's the player of the season. He's the player's player of the season. Atuesta is the young player of the season, which is good to see. And we're the manager of the year as well. Marine and Awino and Atuesta in the team of the season, which is good to see. Are we going to get anything before we get to the season review? I don't think we are. I thought it was going to change over, then it didn't. Game is now saving. We'll carry on for a little bit and see whether we get anything. I just want to see whether Chelsea do end up offering us anything. We've not heard anything at all. We will hear if we're successful or not. Some stats there which we maybe will look at when we get to the season review proper. I just want to see whether, I think squad planner update is usually when the season review comes in, so I don't think we're going to get it. No, we're not. Well, we're going to find out in the next video whether we get offered the job as the Chelsea manager, and then we have the decision of do we take it, because it's all well and good getting offered it, but do we actually want it? That's a whole nother question, because there's a lot of silverware that we've won while we've been here in Wolverhampton. So that's a question for another day. Thank you so much for watching this slightly unconventional episode. But if you have enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. And you put a big smile on this face right here. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you for the season review. Cheers.